As you guys travel around Suzhou, you'll notice that this city doesn't seem very modern. But in fact, this is one of the wealthiest cities in China.
Really?
Yeah, it is. And especially for its size. So
wealthy in the most rich people in the elite, or the wealthiest
like,
in the
yeah, it's basically the GDP of the city.
Yeah, per head.
Yeah,
but
and even GDP per capita in Suzhou is super high.
Yeah, that's what I meant, per capita.
Yeah, per capita is high. Total GDP is also really high. That's because so Suzhou in China, our cities are administratively speaking are divided into several different levels. Its wealth exceeds many cities that are above it in hierarchy. So that's because this city has always been very affluent throughout history.
And what was the source of that income in the past? I mean,
great question. So I have to delve into the geography of Suzhou. Suzhou is really flat, and it has a really low sea level. Maybe not as low as like Amsterdam, but it's pretty low. Average elevation of only 3 meters above sea level, which is rather low.
Very low. Yeah.
And
it's flat indeed.
Yeah, and then there are major rivers and lakes around. I mentioned Lake Tai, the third largest freshwater lake in China, and then the Yangtze River is nearby. And so you would think that this city would be prone to flooding. But Suzhou has never really been destroyed by disastrous floods in the past. And one main reason is the canal network around this area. And much like Amsterdam. So these canals, we use them for transportation, for flood mitigation, and also for irrigation.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the flat terrain obviously would be conducive to agriculture as well.
Yeah.
So if the flat terrain, you have the availability of water, and so
it's fertile land.
It's extremely fertile. Because the Yangtze, this is actually an alluvial plain. It was created from the sediments deposited from the Yangtze River. In fact, several thousand years ago, Shanghai didn't even exist, or much of it didn't exist.
Yeah.
This was the coastline. And as you can imagine, the alluvial plain would be very fertile soil.
Yeah.
And thus, agriculture was very productive.
Like much of the Netherlands.
Yes.
You
guys
the
are.
Rhine River and the Maas River.
And I think agriculture is one of the drivers behind the Netherlands. Yeah, you guys have a lot of
Netherlands.
agricultural exports.
Yeah, but I asked where the wealth comes from. So it's
So Suzhou, agriculture was one of them because back in the days, like foods were like really important in ancient societies. And then eventually also silk became a main product. We have the Silk Road that leads all the way into Europe. And this was one of the main production centers for silk. And not only the raw material, but also the final product. Weaving and embroidery, exactly, fabric. Nanjing, Hangzhou, and Suzhou are often regarded as the three main silk producing centers in ancient China. And the embroidery and weaving, they are representative of the general crafts industry of Suzhou. Because this area, first of all, is very agriculturally prolific. So people didn't have to worry about going hungry. And secondly, because we are sort of